took everything that I had, yeah. Walked away, but you left one thing behind. You're wondering just what that is. Yes, you are. Well, the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the wall comes tumbling down, I'll be there. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. We're gonna make a little love down by the water. Maybe have a son, maybe have a daughter when the music man calls. That's when I gotta play. So I burn for the things I never had. I'm burning with hate, with love. Spin around. 'Cause as a boy I had a dream. Carry it with me today. Yes, I do. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the walls come tumbling down, I'll be there. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the wall comes tumbling down, I'll be there. Hey, 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 hey. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking.
Giottos are so good. These chocolates are what? Chocolates. We're here about astrophotography. What are we doing? Wrong video. Whoops.
Over me, got a way of your own. But I told you that life ain't a fantasy. And I watched you every day. Turn it up, it's just your way. Rocket fuel runs through your brain. Like I told you on the train, that it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. That it's the only, 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 only thing she knows. She knows. So it started to rain. Met a woman with eyes like a hurricane. Told her she was the one. And she looked at the moon, calling me and said, now I watch you every day. Turn it up, it's just your way. Rocket fuel runs through your brain. Like I told you on the train. Well, it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The
on my telescope now. Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? Do one thing right, do I make you do things wrong? If I walk that fine line, I will always take the fall. If I just do myself, I can live from the right. I sleep all day long, and then I breathe down through the night. I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I felt a lot of women who refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, whatever else spring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 It's gotta mean something. It's gotta. Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the sound holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must be back before it's too late. You're afraid, you're feeling alone. Time and space can never afford. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghost embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to lands of blue. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my guitar, so I played this blues. But I'm afraid, the war might be true, that I might never be back Seems to me that I've lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must be back before it's too late. Before it's too late. Someone to take me down at night. Someone to make my day. New revelation fills my soul. Oh, I can waste away. You distracting my attention. You're all that's on my mind. You not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone else.
So it's a wonderful night tonight. It's really good. You know, cloudy nights and not cloudy nights, but clear dark sky and you know, was it clear outside? Says it's going to be a wonderful night tonight. I mean, tonight, last night was wonderful. Tomorrow's supposed to be great. So I think I'm going to leave my telescope out all night, and it's going to be a really nice night tonight. So I'm hoping to get some really good shots of the Cave Nebula, which is part of my astrophotography meets D&D imaging. I know it's kind of looks scary, like the way I look at my eyes, kind of crazy, but it's pretty cool. But I'm super excited for tonight, and let's see what kind of data I got. Oh yeah.
Dirty. I swear to God, these clouds are just pissing me the off. I don't understand. I don't listen to these things anymore. I can't take it. New York, you suck. And you know what? I'm so done with all this. My telescope's out here chilling out, and all I got is freaking clouds and PhD beeping at me till no goddamn end. Unbelievable. What am I gonna do? I need to move. I'm so finished with this. I hate this.
Walked away to what you thought was real. You took everything that I had, yeah. Walked away, but you left one thing behind. You're wondering just what that is. Yes, you are. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the world comes tumbling down, I'll be there. When the world starts spinning around, I'll be rocking. We're gonna make a little love down by the water. Maybe I'm the sun, maybe I'm a daughter when the music man calls. That's when I gotta play. So I burn for the things I never had. I'm burning with hate, with love. Spin around. 'Cause as a boy I had a dream. Carry it with me today. Yes, I do. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the walls come tumbling down, I'll be there. When the
Giottos are so good. These chocolates are, what? Chocolates? We're here about astrophotography. What are we doing? Wrong video. Whoops.
For me, got a way of your own. But I told you that life ain't a fantasy. Now I watch you every day. Turn it up, it's just your way. Rocket fuel runs through your brain. Like I told you on the train, that it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. That it's the only thing she knows. She knows. So it started to rain. Met a woman with eyes like a hurricane. Told her she was the one. And she looked at the moon, calling me and said, now I watch you every day. Turn it up, it's just your way. Rocket fuel runs through your brain. Like I told you on the train. Well, it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. That it's the only thing she knows. Got up on the wrong side and I'm getting burned again. That grass is looking brown today. Well, it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. And it's the only thing she knows. I woke up on the wrong side and I'm getting burned again. That grass is looking brown today. Said it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. That it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. Only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. That it's the only thing she knows. She knows. She knows. She knows. What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? storms that fine line. I'll always take the fall. If I trust you left, watch you leave from the right. I sleep all day long, and then I'm breathing through the night. I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I felt a lot of women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take all your money, whatever else spring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
It's gotta mean something. It's gotta.
Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. bringing you fear. The ghost embrace can only me tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to lands of blue. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my guitar, so I played this blues. But I'm afraid, the world might be true, that I might never be back again. Then I get lost, all alone someday. It's back before it's too late. Before it's too late.
One. And we
Engage.
be here. Yes, we are
We had
later
an
than
issue.
normal, and I blame it all on Sean Nielsen. So,
Yeah,
usually,
blame it on me. Blame
Well,
it on the Canadian. Thanks.
yeah, you know, because we always blame it on Eric, so we got to blame it on somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, exactly.
it's
Yeah,
Eric
was
gets a night
actually on
off.
time tonight. It was like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. I should have took the night off again, you know?
Oh man, let me tell you something. I'm supposed to go into the Queensborough Community College Observatory tomorrow to help them install all their plane wave stuff, their Esprit 100, their Eagle, the whole big everything with the saddles, everything. And I screwed up my back last night going from the couch to the bathroom, and I'm not moving too well, so I had to cancel. So anyway.
Oh no!
Yeah, he flew out the
that's too bad.
tire.
Wow.
I know all about that.
Yeah, I feel like Eric, but I mean, hey, you know what? It's you know
Is that the real story, Dan?
That's what I asked.
Listen.
Is that the real story?
That's what I asked.
Is that
I
the real
literally
story?
turned over to go to
uh-huh.
the bathroom, and that was it. You know, listen, if it was
That's it, I'm
something
just gonna
fun,
go
I
here.
would say it. You know?
Nice. Baby, Jen, I'm just gonna go here.
I'm gonna have to talk to Jen.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We were all I remember is something about a water bed,
Jen's
and
like,
I
"Let's
don't
try
remember
this."
anything else. Anyway,
Oh man.
so yeah,
What's
so
up, everybody?
we got some cool news. You know, I hate to say it, but you know, I guess I kind of misled, I guess, an email, I guess, in a way, this morning regarding SetiAstro. SetiAstro will not be on tonight. Frank from SetiAstro. He will be on August 14th. Tonight, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the scripts because we were talking about it, and I knew Sean was, you know, I didn't know Sean was going to come on until about 10 minutes ago. But you know, and I know Sean just did a video on it as well, or at least one of them. You know, you did some of the work on with the SetiAstro scripts, and I know we've been
Actually, you know what? I haven't done a video in a while, so I'm not sure who it is that you think.
no, but we were
Some
maybe
guy
we
that
were
looks like
talking
me.
about it. Maybe we
We
were
were
talking
talking
about it.
about
Maybe we were
it. In fact,
talking
no,
about
we were
it,
talking
yeah.
about him a lot.
I spent about an hour on the phone with Sean last night. We haven't spoken in a while, and we just like would
Yeah.
He was like,
oh, that was awesome.
yeah. So my wife's like, when are you coming to eat? I'm talking to Sean. But yeah, so I figured we talked about.
SetiAstro's in the chat.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah,
so
he
he is
is.
here. Oh, there you go.
Hey!
So we could have had John, Frank. And no, listen, that was a total misnomer. So Frank will be with us. Glad to see you in the chat. Will be with us on the 14th of August after I get back from hanging out with Sean and Ron and whoever else up at Starfest. Probably Trevor will be there. I know that Jeff from Skywatcher will probably be up there again. So it's going to be a cool time as always.
I'll be
So
back from Michigan too.
nice. So it's gonna be a cool show. It's gonna be a cool show because, to be honest with you, this whole remember when Dark Archon came out with his scripts, and then Russ Croman came out with his scripts. Now we got SetiAstro coming out with his scripts, and it's all been a nice kind of like a general revolution of the actual tools that we could use for astrophotography. It's really, really cool that people are like all jumping in.
And the nice thing about them is they're one-click processes,
Yes.
And whoever seems to be designing them, like SETI or Russell, they've got it down to where 9 out of 10 times the
defaults are good, right?
Perfect.
Are just fine. Exactly. I have used several of his scripts in some of my latest images, and every time they've been coming out awesome. Just using the defaults and just listening, to Frank's, explanation of things and how and why they do what they do. Which is great information. And then I just load them up into PixInsight. And when I get to that certain point, such as the statistical stretch, I love it. It's a great script to, for me to just, when I get to that point when I'm ready to do my stretch, I just go there, click one click. I have the preview, I execute, boom. And now I can move on to the next stuff. It's really good.
The statistical stretch is really fantastic. I've been actually incorporating it into my workflow, and I've been incorporating it into what I've been teaching for PixInsight. It saves a lot of work, takes the heavy lifting off of a lot of things. And I personally, I've never really been fond of the generalized hyperbolic stretch, but it just seems like a lot to do about nothing. But the statistical stretch really just is fantastic and really does a great job. So why not use it?
It really does.
Exactly. And it incorporates, I believe it does incorporate, general hyperbolic stretch within the script. So it makes things so much easier, because it'll find your black points, it'll set everything up. You just execute.
Yep.
Basically.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. I also like the background.
The automatic DB.
The automatic background finder where it finds the background. That's really really cool. And I just set up a preview.
Yeah, I actually, SBCC. Dave was just mentioning the Auto DBE, and I actually did a test with that Auto DBE just to see how well it performed. And I'm just gonna say that it was junk. But no, I'm joking.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Nice.
No, actually, what I found was that the Auto DBE did a really fantastic job. So compared to Graxpert actually stripped out a lot more nebulosity than Auto DBE did. And
you told that to me last night. I was like, oh my goodness,
yeah. So it was really interesting to see the background models and analyze them and see what was stripped out and what wasn't stripped out.
Yes.
The Auto DBE did a really great job. I also compared it against the gradient correction that was in PixInsight by PixInsight themselves, and the Auto DBE and the gradient correction were very similar in a lot of ways. But I still think the Auto DBE won out on it. Myself.
Yeah, I've been trying to use that more too because it seemed like it worked a lot better.
It does work really well, yeah, and it makes things a lot easier than having to fiddle around with specific points in the image and stuff like that, and trying to determine everything. So yeah, it
Well, I
certainly
think
speeds up
that's
the
the thing.
workflow.
It's like he's got to find the background. So
Yeah.
if he's got that,
Yeah, there's no question.
and
Yeah,
he
yeah, it
uses
basically
that, and he uses that in cooperation with that auto DBE, then it
Yeah.
automatically is going to find where the background is, set the points,
Yeah.
and boom. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no more guessing to it. It's just dead on. Basically, here's your background,
Yeah,
and away you
it
go.
works
So
great, yeah.
it's yeah, he's coming out. Frank's coming out with some really amazing scripts and stuff. It's just been really revolutionary, I think, to the image processing end of it. Much like Russ's scripts were revolutionizing things. And I still remember when Blur Exterminator came out, and I was just cursing Russ's name because I was reprocessing everything. I was going back and in years and years, and just reprocessing stuff. And no one saw me for days, sometimes weeks.
Yeah, God, I can't even imagine trying to do deconvolution the old way anymore.
No, I don't think many people do, especially with Russell's, Blur Exterminator. I personally don't. I think I forgot how to do the old way of deconvolution. I just run, Blur Exterminator, and it's all good.
There was a lot of work involved in doing deconvolution the old-fashioned way, and
I followed
Blur
your
Exterminator really
so many times. I followed your video constantly. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I covered it in one of my tutorial videos, and it was quite painstaking, actually. So it's taken the Blur Exterminator. All these scripts have taken a lot of heavy lifting off of everyone's shoulders, and made things a lot easier and a lot more accurate too in their processing.
Yeah, agreed. There is another script I haven't had a chance to check out yet. It was the narrowband to RGB stars that he developed, that he created. So you can drop in your HA03, and if you have sulfur, you can drop that in too. Or even if you have a dual narrowband filter, like an HA03, you can drop in those images, and then it'll create a almost a very good, if not almost just like RGB, if not exactly like RGB stars for you, that you can then scratch in and add into your image, into your nebulosity image. So I think some of these scripts, like to your point, Sean, that Frank and and Bill Blanchard and Russell,
we can't forget Bill.
they've been developing these. I mean, God bless you guys, because it makes things so much easier for people who still feel overwhelmed by PixInsight, because it can do so much for you, but you can take comfort in knowing that a lot of that, like you say, a lot of the heavy lifting is done for you. So you can continue on and make great images, and
you can. It's a double-edged sword, though, in a way, right? I mean, there's something to be said about knowing how to do some of the processes manually and understanding the concepts behind what you're doing. Whereas these scripts, as good as they are, they take away that aspect of it, and don't really allow the individual to develop a skill set, I think, that comes with knowing how to do it manually. And then you've got, you can have crappy data that can be turned into great data, which is fantastic. But at the same time, that's not helping the individual in gathering good data from the get-go.
You don't want to encourage gathering.
I agree.
You don't want to
encourage
generating good.
So it's a double-edged sword. I mean, I appreciate the scripts, and they work really well, but I think you got to take it with a grain of salt too, in terms of what they allow people to get away with, and maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. I don't know. I'm not saying either way, but that's just my perspective on it.
Well,
I think
then
a
you
lot
could be
of it.
like,
I
you
think
know,
a
like
lot of
James,
it is.
James would be a lazy astronomer. You know, that's why you have these scripts. You know, like our good friend Jason. You know, I'm like him. I'm lazy. It's great to understand that stuff and to, you know, if I wanted to, you know, really do a really deep dive into understanding the why. You know, and I think everyone should take at least some time to
I think they should.
understand. You know, I think it would be to their benefit to understand the why. And but it's also okay to, for me to, I'm more than happy to admit that sometimes there's certain things that may go a little bit over my head, you know?
Right.
So if it's, but I still
certain
want
things,
to,
Eric, certain things.
oh,
certain
you
things.
know, hey, you know, I'm still dealing with Dan here. So yeah, there's just certain things, you know,
If you really want to understand the hows and the whys, you go to Adam Block's page and you
I was
watch
going to
his
mention
stuff,
him. That's what I was going to say.
he will tell you
Yeah,
how,
Adam will
why,
dive
and
into
the
it.
math, everything, all the reasoning behind it, and everything like that.
Yeah,
And
no,
if you
that
can,
that,
if
that
you
kind
can
of
stick
stuff
with
is
that and understand it, then all more power to you.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about these new scripts is, especially for the beginners and stuff like that, it takes the frustration away.
It does,
You know,
but
It
I
takes
think
the
one
frustration
of the
away, yeah,
things
sure.
one of the things that that Sean alluded to a process, and we could actually take that same kind of thought to just the hardware of the rig as well, because a lot of people sit there and say, "Hey, I just want to buy this and I just want it to work. Come over and set it up for me." And
Yeah.
you do that and you show them, but then when the smallest things go wrong,
yeah, they don't know how to.
they don't know how to fix it.
They don't know how to fix it.
And that's part of the problem with sometimes with these scripts, and you just kind of 99.9% of the time everything will be fine, but there's that 1 or 0.1% of the time where you just want things just a little bit differently. You want it that different shade of blue, you want it a little bit brighter, you want it a little bit darker, and you're not capable of doing that because you're doing the PhD, the push here dummy, and that's what you're doing. So you are use the scripts, use them, but understand what the play with the sliders, do what you do, and then find a B plan. You know what I mean? And say, okay, you know what? This does this. What else does this? Maybe if I wanted to just a little bit more control over this one thing, like let's say Blur Exterminator. Okay, well, it does a wonderful job with the stars. It fixes tilt. It fixes everything. You don't have to worry about stars. We actually did that Wednesday night, right?
Oh,
we did that Wednesday night.
Or
Mine. I got
Friday night.
Friday night. I have a little tilt on my right side. It just boop, it fixed the stars and it made them round again and didn't screw up anything else. It was great. But there are other ways to do that with convolution and stuff like that, where you can sit there and kind of smush the stars and make them different shapes and stuff like that. And that may be taking it to an extreme, but when you're dealing with the brightness of an image or the background finder or something like maybe you want to find your own background that's just a little bit more of a different tone. You got to be capable of kind of doing that yourself before you got to crawl before you walk. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that entirely. Yeah,
absolutely.
Because otherwise, you're going to have people like Eric producing great images, and they don't know what the hell they're doing.
I know, right? What the hell?
Hey, sometimes it's just better to be. It's better to be lucky than lucky than good.
Than good. You're right. That's especially in golf.
I'm gonna see if I can lift this up with the bad back, but I want to.
So you know what? You know what? I'm leaving.
Oh, he already got it. It's already been
there. It is.
Eric, Eric, take a look, man.
Eric, come back.
Shut up, Dan.
It came in. It came in.
Shut up, Dan.
Beautiful.
It's picture perfect, and it came with a bunch of goodies, one of which I'm selling tonight. So if anybody wants it, they could have it. You want to buy a used ASIR Plus, you could have it. Make me an offer.
$2.
No.
I'll
So-
stick with
Well, you
my
said
ear.
make an offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, make an offer. That's it.
I say
didn't
we
hear
start
anyone else
we
make
start
an
at
offer.
150 and go from there. How about that?
That's not nice.
That's half
Well,
price.
Wilfredo said $100.
Yeah.
Wilfredo gave you $100.
Fifty.
Wilfredo went at 100.
I give
Now,
you.
Alex is going 50.
I wanted somebody.
Tom Peter.
We're going
he's
down.
like,
We're going down. We're going from
Yeah.
100 to 50 to $3.50.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
and these finally came in today
Oh, the move shoot moves.
Ah,
the
there we go.
nomads. There you go. That was
after
great.
Give
spending
it a hey,
9
give it away
days.
on the.
What?
And
Tarek
what
is
else
saying
did
give
you-
it away on the wheel of Sean.
Give it
What
away.
else did you get today?
Oh, are
What
they
el-
new for
what else
199?
arrived
I thought
today?
it was 249. Is it 199?
Apparently.
Oh shoot! I could be
yeah.
wrong. I don't sell them, so I mean, I just this is the SIR Plus 32 gig version. This is the older version.
Yeah, so it's like $200.
Is it? So then, not one. We'll do. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
if that's
Fredo
the
said
older
$100.
version, then you may sell it for 150. That's the older version.
Highest bid so far I see is $100.
Scott said, "Trade you for another bottle of Crown and a pack of Rush beer."
No, I'll just take the Rush beer, man. I got plenty of cognac. Don't worry about it. But it came with a bunch of goodies. I finally got this put together. I was playing around with it today.
Nice,
Playing around with that,
nice.
So
Isn't that special?
got
What else did you get today?
All pretty and getting your imaging train with your OAG, getting it all.
What else?
set
What else
up.
did you get today?
Did you?
I got
tell 'em
two.
what I got.
Oh no, you could say. Go.
Oh, I got a Nix 101. What? It's like what? 6 months old.
4.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got that
Oh,
arrived?
Is it four? Yeah. I got a Nix
Oh,
101 out of it. Yeah.
nice.
I
With all
thought,
the-
I
with all the
thought that was
goodies.
to be delivered later this next month.
Oh no, yeah, it is. It's at my house.
It is.
But-
Because it has to be
Yeah,
smuggled
it's at
across
Dan's
the
place. He's
border
gonna bring it up when it comes.
to avoid the tariffs.
I'm gonna put it in the
exactly.
car chassis. They're gonna have
It's
to get
coming
one of
across as a warranty repair.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And you know what the best thing is? You know what's coming out also? This is the year for movies. You know what's coming out, I think next month?
What?
Up in Smoke again.
Oh no!
Cheech and
you
Chong?
know what? I
Oh,
saw
I'm
something
so
about that.
psyched.
Cheech and Chong.
I am so
Isn't that-
psyched.
That's gonna be awesome.
Oh, it's so great.
I
You
can't
made-
wait to see that.
Oh,
That's gonna be
man.
awesome.
Oh, so dude, we should do a watch
Thanks
party
again,
online.
Americans.
Yeah, man. What's going on? Oh, yeah.
This is gonna hurt me as much. This is gonna hurt me as much as it hurts you.
Oh man, that's like false advertising, man.
Oh man, you broke my record, man. I just bought that.
Oh my god!
I love that movie. Those are great. So that's gonna be awesome. So we got Axel F and we got Cheech and Chong coming out. And
Yes.
tomorrow is the final season of Cobra Kai is coming out tomorrow. It's the first episode.
Oh, starts out.
That's
Yeah,
all
the
good.
final season. Danielson, wax on, wax off,
It's so good.
sand the floor,
It's so good.
offense.
But anyway, back to Astro. I'm sorry. I threw us off
So
the
what
rails.
else did you get today?
What I got 2 Warp Astron
There you
WD-20s.
go. One of them belongs to me.
One of them belongs to you, so I have one left. That'll go out tomorrow. And Tom, I know you're in the chat. Your 2600 and your 2 filters went in the mail today. So
Oh, excellent.
that's on its way out.
So,
So.
a couple of things that I want to talk about. Well, I'll start off with the first one because we talked about this. Dan and I talked about this just yesterday with me and my soon-to-be move. Nothing's quite official yet, but we're planning. We're getting all the planning stuff ready. I am most likely going to build a roll-off roof in at my new home down south. And one of the questions that I was trying to figure out was because we have these super tall trees. They've got to be close. Some of them have got to be 50, 60. Some of maybe can get up to maybe 90 feet.
Yeah.
So how, and some of them, and there are rules, and Dan, you were right about this. There are rules and laws that they have what's called border trees that are along the parcel lines of your plots of land that cannot be cut down. So, but everything within that your parcel can be, because it's on your land. So it's just, so now it's the question of, all right, if you have a pier and you have your mount, and say that is and your entire rig, and it's pointing maybe starting at maybe 30 degrees. It points at 30 degrees, and you're at maybe 5.5 feet, for example, maybe something like that. But now, how do you mark or figure out the distance, or the amount of land you may need to clear, or the number of trees you may need to clear, or space, or how much open space you do need to have in order to get over that tree canopy?
That you could get a surveyor to come out, and he'll tell
You
you
could get a
exactly.
surveyor to come out. And so one thing that I did, I started Googling this, and I'll share my screen here. And if I bring this back, yeah, here it is. So I'll share my screen, and I was just trying to figure this out. So I did come across a website. I'll share my screen here. And this is from the forestryforum.com. And you can figure your tree height calculator in your view. And I use this calculation here. Viewpoint level with the base of a tree. So if I zoom in here a bit, so here, if this simulates, maybe you can make this be a simulation of, say, your telescope, for example.
Right.
And here you can have how that height of, you have your tree here. So this height here may be equal, say, your height of your tree and this height here, and the height of your telescope mount is, say, 5 feet. And you can say your distance from that tree is 60 feet. Now, if you want to say you want to point your telescope at a certain angle in degrees, I put in right here, I said 35. So they said right here, it gives me the height of that tree in feet has to be, for that distance, say if I'm 60 feet away.
Less than 47 feet.
It has to be less than 47 feet. That tree canopy has to be less than 47 feet.
Gotcha.
Which I found interesting. Because sometimes you do need, some people may come across that situation where they may struggle to, figure out how far do I need my rig to be to get over certain treetops, and certain tree canopies. So I found this, and I found it quite interesting. So I'll have to keep messing around with it to say, maybe if I double that, 120.
I mean, that would apply also to, not just treetops, but anything. Houses.
Anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
if I'm 120 feet away, now that if I'm 120 feet away, then the highest that tree can be is 89 feet, almost 90 feet.
Cool.
So
can you put that URL in the that URL? Can you put that in the chat?
Can. What is it called, Derek?
Yeah, I'll send it to you here, Dan, and through Messenger. And
do that, and I'll copy and paste.
That might be of interest to some people.
Exactly. I think this might be a little handy.
Yeah, that is. I mean, I deal with trees like crazy. So, and you know, now that I put that WD-20 on the mount, you know, it's a lot lower than an EQ6, and I'm hoping I have a clear shot of Polaris.
Yes.
Polar alignment, because I'm like, oh man, this is a good foot lower. And I have a tree where Polaris is. It's right above my neighbor's tree, and it's a pretty tall tree with the EQ6 head on there, and I have the pier extension too. I have no problem, but because that Warp Astron's so short and stout, it's so much lower. It's about a foot less as far as height. Well, but we'll see. One of these days, I'll have a clear sky. I'll be able to figure it out.
But also, you know, yep, exactly. Pythagorean theorem. You can use, you know, because even Dan mentioned this, because I do have it on my phone. The app you can download or purchase. I think it's for, what is it? Like maybe 10 or 15 bucks. You can purchase the Autolite, which is a surveying app on your phone that can help you there as well. So these are all different, you know, tools that you can use for if you come across these certain issues. And when you're setting up your telescope mount in maybe a new area. So figured it was something kind of cool to share, just, you know, as in, you know, FYI, you know.
I'm trying to get my messenger up and it's not coming up.
But Eric, you said that places you were looking at a lot of land to them. So
they do. So
you just might have to sacrifice that. Your roll off might have to be closer to your house, depending on which way it's facing. And obviously, it all depends on, you know, obviously you want ideally a clear view of the north and the south.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And
you know,
you can work around
and you know, and maybe I might also want a decent shot of perhaps definitely the north and the south, but maybe even the east to a certain extent. Because because you have a lot of your objects that are southern objects, they may start in the east.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and just skim the horizon along the southern border.
Exactly, and then end up, you know, in the west. So just these different things. Yeah, I can definitely, you know, Greg, buy a chainsaw. But here's the thing about that, though. If you buy a chainsaw and you're trying to cut down a 90-foot tree, I better make darn sure I'm far away from my house and everybody else's house.
That's why you hire people. You don't.
That's why you hire people. That's why you spend the money.
Trees, cutting down trees nowadays, boy, they charge a lot of money.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Finally got it up there. There you go. There's the URL on there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
there you go. So just that, and it's gonna, you know, I went through 14 houses on Thursday, so you know, I was just dead, you know, come Friday.
Yep. You know, and again, you know, like you and I were talking the other day, we were like, you know, there's nothing wrong with getting a rough kind of thing with that theodolite that you sit there, as long as you know kind of where your scope is kind of gonna be, and and that the tripod that you have this on is at the same height as your optics is gonna be about. You just point it up, and then you go, so you can see where your field of view is gonna be. You know, and how many degrees you're going to be, you know, and you know what also is good, you know, you might want to even think about using them as photo pills with the AI, so that it does an AI and it shows you where the sky is going to be based with the trees and everything, and it puts it behind. It's kind of pretty cool. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. Yep, and as well as I believe Sky Safari with their augmented reality.
Yeah. Augmented AI
does it as well. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a few.
Or instead of a sky shed, instead of a shed, you build a big, tall silo dome.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. See how
You know,
high
building
we can go.
Like a barn.
20, 30 feet
Like
off
a
the
barn.
ground.
Yeah. There you go.
Exactly.
20, 30 feet off the ground.
Yep. Exactly.
All concrete structure. And
Uh-huh.
good to go.
Now there were several houses that we saw that even had farms that had, farms in them, on them, and lean-tos and all that stuff. I was like, okay. What would it take?
Lean-tos. God, I
Yeah.
haven't heard that term in a while.
I know.
Last
What
time I
would
heard
it
that was
take
the Boy Scouts.
Uh-huh. I was like, what would it take if I
They have a lot of
put
those
up,
in Southern California, apparently.
Yeah. What if I put up a steel beam that went, put up a vertical steel beam that poked through the farm roof, the barn roof, and then set everything else on top of the steel beam.
There you go.
Hey, it's solid.
There you
It
go.
sucker ain't moving.
You'll still get some flexure, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I get a little bit of flexure, but you know what? It's probably going to be, something that won't be too bad at least, And I have seen photos of people who have cut out certain sections of their own roof and did a roll off, of their own home. I've seen photos
Wow,
of people doing that stuff that have an actual roll off. They do an addition on their own roof, and they just roll off from there.
Yeah, that's money.
Yeah, it's big money though to try to clear out that stuff. So hopefully, I can find something that's already cleared.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Stephen here. Have lots of trees here in Birmingham, Alabama. However, clouds are the problem. Oh yeah,
I hear they love the governor in Birmingham.
They love the what?
The governor.
The governor?
Yeah, in Birmingham, they love the governor.
They love the governor?
Boo, boo, boo. Now we all did what we could do.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sweet home Alabama.
Just go with it.
Sweet home Alabama, this song.
You got shot at in Birmingham. You know what? Come to the Bronx. I don't want to hear it. Come to the Bronx.
Oh man, I'm staying away from both.
Here in Northern Virginia, there's no shortage of trees, and a lot of the trees are big, tall poplars.
Oh yeah,
freaking trees that are 70 foot tall. And my neighbor behind me had these huge, huge pine trees, and he cut 3 out of the 4 of them down, and the 4th one's dying too. I was like, why didn't you cut the 4th one down? And he's got another one in his backyard that's dying, and it's like, why didn't you cut that one down too? So I guess I'm gonna have to go over and make an offer and say, look, dude, I'll split the cost. Cut those trees down.
Yeah, Sean's working right now.
He cuts those 2 trees down. He cuts those.
Sean's working.
He cuts those 2 trees down.
I hear click. I hear this. I see this. I see this.
I was looking at some of the SetiAstro scripts and stuff. That's all. I was just doing some stuff with them. That's all.
Doing some research.
You want to show it or no?
Yeah, I was just playing around.
Yeah, play with it online. Why not?
I wasn't doing anything like wow.
Show us what you were doing.
Hold on, everybody.
I like they called it the Nomad. I like that they called it the Nomad. And for those of you old people like me, Nomad was the name of the robot in the Star Trek episode called The Changeling.
Yeah, that's right.
Where it was a merging of 2 entities, and it decided that it needed to cleanse all humanity.
I remember.
Until they thought that Captain Kirk was the creator, which is a different Kirk.
That's right.
Oh, we got a little.
Oh, we got a little. What is that? That is.
I'll get it going.
All right. Are we singing the song from the show, or are we doing the Eddie Murphy thing? So, so what are we doing? So,
That's good. Can you see my screen? Or no?
yeah,
We
you are,
can, yeah.
you are now. Leon's getting larger.
You are live.
Okay. Yeah, I was just looking. So this was some data that a student of mine had captured, and we were working with it and stuff. So I was just curious. I was just running through the background extraction models and stuff just to see what the difference was with them. So this one over here, that one over there is the auto DBE. This one down here is the gradient correction that's within PixInsight.
Oof,
Okay.
that looks scary. It's like a dead amoeba. Or
Yeah, it
something.
does, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks very scary. That's what it
that
came
looks
up with.
Wacky.
And that's the gradient gradient or Graxpert. Sorry, I should say that's Graxpert
That
over here.
I kind of understand. The other one I don't understand. I don't understand.
Yeah.
This one here,
Yeah.
the gradient correction.
We got a lot.
No, very unusual. Yeah,
I
know.
get
I saw
the
that
first one. I get the second one. And the third one.
What's the final image you have there that you used?
What's the final image? This one
Yeah,
here.
so what did you
This
use?
is this one here is based on Graxpert. This one here. I didn't really notice too much of a difference between the different applications.
Between all
in terms
three?
of what's that?
Between all three, you didn't notice?
Yeah, between all three, I didn't really notice that much of a difference on this data set, anyways. But I had run it on a different data set, and it was quite a bit different actually. So I found that the auto DBE actually came through as the winner on that, followed by the gradient correction. But on this particular data set here, this Ring Nebula data set, we're seeing things quite differently. So I think it's a situation where really you have to sort of do a trial and error with the different scripts that are available and see which one's going to give you your best result in the end. I mean, we have them all available to us. It doesn't hurt to try and just see which one's going to give you the best result and then work from there, right? So that's what I've been doing anyways.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily just default to a particular one. I'll always give the others a try just to see if it's a little different, because when you go from data set to data set, things can change. And, you know, one might work better on one data set, but that might not be the case on another data set. So you really have to give, you have to be able to try all of them and just see which one gives the best results. So, but yeah, no, I was just looking at some of the scripts that were included in there and stuff, and I really like that fine background. I just love that one. It's so simple to use. You know, you just fire it up and click search and let it go. Basically, the only thing I think that I would like to see is at least on my PixInsight, when it's completed, when it's found the background, it doesn't actually say, it doesn't actually show that it's completed. It seems to, if I remember correctly, it seems to indicate it's still running.
Right.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to,
and then the process thing will close.
Yeah, it would be nice just to see it have some sort of
say like
indication.
Ready.
Yeah,
so
that
like
it was
it's
done,
there.
right? Like if you look over here in the process console, it still shows as running, right? Yeah. Where I was expecting that to be, you know, ready or something, like you know, like it's complete.
But I think if you click on the image, it'll go away.
Yeah, if you close the find background script, it'll go away.
Right.
But in my case, when I first ran it, when I first tried it, I actually had the window open over top of the area where it had selected background. So I was sitting and waiting for it to finish.
You're waiting.
And I didn't. I waited for like 20 minutes, and I was like, well, this is taking a long time. So I didn't realize that it actually had completed because it still said running over here. So I figured it was doing something, right? So yeah, that's one thing that maybe Frank could add in somehow is some sort of indication that it's completed. That would be great.
Frank actually said he could write something in there and have it say found in the console, like found background.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. No, that would be really fantastic. Yeah, I'd like that a lot. That would certainly go. The other thing I found really interesting too is the star stretch. That works really nice. It doesn't
I love that. Yeah.
It doesn't blow out the stars or anything like that. It really does a really good job of it.
Yeah,
it's a nice soft stretch to it.
gives you room to add the color if you want to saturate them a little bit or this or that. Yeah, it's a nice soft stretch. Gives you plenty of room to tweak them if you want to.
Hey Dave, it just came up. Do you have that project that we were running with my Eagle data? Did you save what we were doing at all?
I think I can pull it up. Yeah,
because people are wondering what that blue dot was.
Oh, yeah.
And I still don't know what it is. So I just wanted to show it again.
Let me see if I saved it. I don't know if I saved the project.
Always save the project.
Well, I was running out of space on my C drive.
Why do you process on your C drive?
Because that's what Pixel site's on.
Why?
I don't know, man. Should I have it somewhere else?
You can. You can. I'm a psychopath, so I have 4 on board M2 drives.
I was looking at those Samsung NVMe's on Amazon Prime Day. They're going for like 2 something.
Yep.
4 terabytes.
Yeah, for the 4 terabyte. Yeah.
Yeah, for like $249.
You're not gonna listen. I use the 2s, and I have not run out of space. And I just use it for. I use one for my swap files. I use one for my current project processing. I have my program files on my C drive, just like you have, and I have my NAS that I use to keep my data on. Like anything.
I did not save that project.
You're killing me. All right, now you're gonna.
Hey Dan.
Yeah.
Dan, I stopped sharing, but it's still showing my screen on the live stream here.
Yeah, I just like the Ring Nebula. That's all.
Oh, okay.
There you go. No. So, no, you're gonna have to unshare on your side.
It is unshared, actually.
Click it again. There you go.
There we go.
There you
okay, got it. We're back.
So yeah, well, you know what I'll do is I'll process it again, and I can't do it. We obviously found out that I can't process anything and run the show at the same time last time. It's just too much, too memory intensive to do both.
Okay.
But so Dave actually did some. We did it together. We did some processing and used different scripts on my Eagle Nebula data. And there was something on the left-hand side by the head of the Eagle Nebula, this little blue kind of planetary kind of nebula right there. It's like very nice, deep blue, and nobody knew what it was. Nobody knows what it is.
What's odd is in my Eagle, it didn't show up at all. So I wonder if it was just something that we created when we were processing.
I don't know. It didn't look like it was a creation of ours. I mean,
it didn't, but
I'm gonna have to do it again and see. Maybe it's a blue starship.
Maybe we actually found a UFO.
Ooh. But yeah, what's in my image? I think that's called annotation. I think so. Hopefully that Hey, listen, I don't know what it was. I'll process it again because I got. What did I have? 12 minutes of HA in the other one, or 32 minutes of HA in the other one?
Yeah.
I found the other 2.5 hours of HA. So I put that all together, and I actually registered them together, so they're star aligned at this point.
So speaking of 12, 13 minutes, Sean, did you see last week's picture of the week winner?
Oh, geez.
No, I didn't.
Trifid. The Trifid, 14 minutes of data.
Yeah,
you got to show them, Eric. Can you pull it up?
Yeah, show it.
It's unbelievable. It's like, how do you
just
get
14
that?
minutes of data?
Yep, 14 minutes
total minutes.
What was it taken with though?
Like a 16-inch. I think it was f4.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not surprising.
But it's cool.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's
it's amazing.
But I can't even imagine getting that kind of picture in 14 minutes.
16-inch scope, f4 and Bortle 2.
Yeah. It's like,
So,
Yeah, you got great conditions. You got fast optics, large optics. I mean, yeah, you're going to be able to get away. Can you imagine if you just shot 2 hours?
I know,
Like, that would
right?
just be
Oh my
amazing. You know, I mean, 2 hours would be nothing.
I'm sorry, it was F8, not F4. F8. Sorry.
it was
F8?
F8,
Okay, well,
right?
still 16
Still,
inches.
16
F8 is still,
inches.
There you
There
go.
you
Look
go.
at that.
yeah, that's just
14
phenomenal. 14
minutes.
minutes, eh? Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Look at the detail in it too, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was with a 16-inch.
16-inch TPO.
F8.
It was. Sorry, is this yours, Eric, or is it?
No,
the
this
remote?
is
No.
Joe Sardina.
Joe Sardina.
Oh, sorry. Okay. It just said uploaded by Eric. That's why I wondered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
no.
That's
But
because of the
no,
program,
I didn't get a chance to upload this to the website, but no,
Okay.
congratulations, Joe.
So is this his gear, or is it a
No,
remote?
it's his
telescope
gear.
setup?
It's his gear. It is remote.
Okay. All right.
So
Wow.
Yeah,
you-
doesn't he run the
Night Skies Network.
Night Skies Network. He runs the Night Skies
Yes. Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Using an
Night
ASI
Skies Network is like a video share kind of. It's free. You could put your system together and share whatever you're imaging and do EAA
you
and
like
all that kind of stuff.
live. You go live and you can share with everybody.
It's in a
else
mountain
you're
home
doing
in
it.
Texas.
Mountain. I didn't know they had mountains in Texas.
Yeah. I'm sure they have one or two.
I don't think they're mountains like I'm familiar with.
Well, they're not like the Blue Ridge. I mean, you know,
Or the Rockies.
it's kind of like dirt and hills, you know. But now let me throw this out there for you guys. And I've been talking. I actually just sent a gentleman. This is the first one that I've done. Starfront Observatories down in Texas. Who is that? That's what's his name's project? I always screw up his name. Who's running that down
Bray
there?
Falls?
Ray Falls. He's running it down there. And what do you guys think of that? I mean, the price is right. I mean, it's $299 for a big gear.
I think it's quite impressive. For the price, yeah, I'm not gonna kid you.
$299 for a month, or
Well, it's $299 a month. Yeah. $299 a month. You get the pier. You get you got to get your own insurance. But they have 24/7 regular tech support. If you have a cable that's snagged or something like that, they have 24/7 people there. If you need serious kind of troubleshooting like tilt or something like that, it's like $50 an hour. But once you get it set, you're set. You ship it down there, they'll set it up for you for a price. And for $299 a month, you have a scope in the middle of Texas in Border One skies.
That's a hell of a deal. That is a hell of a deal.
I mean, I'm seriously thinking about doing something like an AstroWorld thing, have an AstroWorld scope down there, and whoever's a Patreon subscriber gets access to all the data.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
what scope would you put down?
That's an interesting way. That's interesting.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's something that we could talk about offline. But I mean,
put that Edge HD 11 down there.
I was gonna say that 9.25.
You really think that I could pick up an 11 right now?
Put
that was a 9.25.
Hey.
Oh, is it 9.25? Oh, sorry.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? I will donate my 8-inch for this, and you just bring over and let me use your 9.25. I can put that over in my spot, and I can, put my 8-inch over there.
Suck it.
Yeah, whatever.
Suck it.
Shut up, Eric.
Shut up, Eric.
Oh,
No. This is definitely this is gonna be my I guess go deep scope. I mean, this is for now, until I
Yep.
get, if I ever get a roll-off roof where I can put something larger on there, like an 11 or a 14, then this is it for right now. This is as long as I'm going to go. And the Carbon Star's coming, so I mean, I'm going to go fast too. So
There you go. Hey, it was worth a shot.
no,
Shut up, Dan.
it was a losing battle as soon as you open your mouth.
By the way, did you get your
Which is typical of
your coma corrector ordered?
Yeah, no, yeah, I was able to put it on the same one. I said, Tegan, I need a coma corrector.
You didn't buy the package?
I didn't. I think I had too much wine, and I saw $800. I was like, mine, and
Mine.
and I was like,
and
then I woke up like 2 days later.
Change with the coma corrector.
Yeah, I woke up 2 days later. I was like, do I really need a coma corrector?
It's Newtonian, you need it.
Yeah, I know, but no, I'm looking for some fun this winter with that kind of stuff.
And you're gonna need this, and I haven't had a chance to paint it.
That's all right. I don't even have the scope yet, so don't even worry about it. Look up turtle herding.
How's that Newtonian you've been using, Sean?
Starfield.
The Newt.
Yeah.
The Starfield. Yeah, it's been really fantastic. I really
Has that
like
been
using
your go-to lately, or?
Yeah, that's been pretty much for the last year and a half. That's what I've been using, and it's been really fantastic. I mean, just in general, I think there's a lot to be said about using a Newtonian, a reflector, for imaging. I just find the results a lot more pleasing, a lot better than using the refractors. And I've used inexpensive refractors, and I've used expensive ones too. But the Newtonian reflector really does a fabulous job. It's a beast for collecting light, especially with the Starzona Nexus reducer in it, bringing it down to f3.
What size
You can't
is
beat
that?
it.
What size is it?
What size is it?
Yeah.
The Starfield scope.
Yeah.
The mirror is an 8-inch. It's an 8-inch. It's an 8-inch.
Oh, you got 8. Okay, yeah. So
it's
so I got
it's not
Carbon
like
Star, and I've been using that ever since I got it. And
that's a 6.
That's a 6, right?
It's the 6, so it's a 150.
Yeah.
But man, as far as collecting light, and it's unbelievable the amount of signal you get at that speed really does make a difference.
You know what's going to happen? The 6 is going to get to my door, right? And then like a week later, they'll probably maybe like for Labor Day or something, the Carbon 8 will come out.
That's that's the thing, yeah.
And I'll be like,
that's what I'm wondering. I'm curious if they're going to go down that road and offer an 8 and a 10.
I would love to try out. I've never used a Newtonian. I would love to try it out because of its being such a light bucket, and with the correct, and they are so fast.
Yeah.
To be such a light bucket, to collect that much light in such a short amount of time. Yeah, it's
they're
quite
lightweight.
intriguing.
They're lightweight.
Yes, a lot of them are.
They are. I mean, I had the.
I know the Carbon Star is, but there are certain ones that
even
30, 40 pounds.
Metal-bodied ones are still lightweight.
Like the Quattros is still, the 10, 12-inch Quattros can get pretty heavy.
They get pretty
but that's
heavy.
basically it's the mirror weight, though. It's
all mirror. Yeah, it's all mirror.
Yeah, it's the weight of the mirror than the body. The body's.
But I had the 10-inch, now defunct Orion 3.9.
Oh yeah, wow.
Astrograph.
I had one of those actually.
Now the one thing is that I've when Queeve was doing his review of the Carbon Star, and he was comparing it to his 10-inch that I believe he has right now, and some of the problems he was having with the 10-inch, and he was not having those same problems with the Carbon Star. How well it was made, how Aptura, really engineered, like say that Carbon Star very well. The focuser, he didn't have to replace out the focuser, like he had to do with the 10-inch. He had with the 10-inch GSO, he had to, that focuser wasn't, he found it wanting. He didn't like it at all. He had to replace it, and get I believe a rack and pinion focuser.
Yeah, he did.
So, there was different things. So if Aptura does bring out a Carbon Star 8 or a 10, and they follow the same philosophies of manufacturing that they have with the Carbon Star 6, I think they're going to have, a hit on their hands with the if they end up being the same, going through the same quality control.
Yeah, but like the whole thing, and Eric, you and I talk about this all the time, and we're like, unless if you're buying like a $5,000+ refractor, or you're spending some good money on a scope with a feather touch focuser, the first thing you do on any freaking scope is replace the focuser most of the time.
Yeah,
and
because Luke did it on his,
and that's what it is. We got telescope manufacturers that are have inherently bad focusers with a lot of sag. We have other focusers that just can't hold the weight, that can't hold that 268 with a 7-position filter wheel. It just can't hold it, and so what do? You spend, you may cheap out a little bit on the scope and spend 1,000 or 1,500 on a scope, but now you're spending $6, $7, $8, $1,000 on a focuser.
on a quality focuser to handle that.
So, but I can tell you with the Carbon Star, I am running an OAG 7-position 2-inch filter wheel and my camera, and haven't had an issue.
Well, they did it right. They actually put in their description of the Carbon Star, I think it holds like something like 5.5 or 6 kilograms of weight on it, like 12 pounds.
Fine, and it focuses fine.
Yeah, so I mean that's really, if it's holding 12 pounds, it's gonna hold anything.
Yeah.
Unless barring a full frame camera, with 50 millimeter filters,
Plus the imaging circle.
So, and the only modifications I've done, I printed out a primary mask, painted it flat black, put that in there, and I painted around the secondary, around the edges of the secondary mirror with the flat black.
Were you getting some reflection?
I don't know, but I figured if I'm going to have it apart to put this on, you definitely are going to get it from the primary, the pins and stuff. So you're definitely going to get it from that. And I figured, well, since I'm going to have it apart to do that, let me pull the primary off. I got the paint. Let me paint around the edges of the secondary. The only other thing I could think would be to put a secondary heater on that mirror.
Okay.
Because I think the last time I was imaging with it, I was looking at my images towards the morning, and it looked like I might have been getting some dew build up on that secondary. Maybe it's hard to say if that's what it was or not, but my guess is that's probably what it was. I mean, especially since as humid as it is here in Northern Virginia, I mean, this time of year, you can't avoid the humidity. So
so basically what happens with the Carbon Star, it's really and me and Dave were talking about this, and Dave was making fun of me, is that the camera that's best suited for the Carbon Star is actually the 533.
Great.
As you get to bigger APS-C chips, it tends to fall off, and you're not able to use the whole chip. So the 533 and 4/3, the 1x1 and the 4/3 chip are the ones that have the best kind of performance for the Carbon Star.
Like the 294, for example.
Like the 294.
Correct. Yeah.
Personally, I mean, I would not buy another 294. I already had one. Matter of fact, Pete, you still have my 294. You've had it for 2.5 years. Show me the money. So
Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Play with it.
I've been through the 294.
Yeah. So if I'm gonna go anywhere, and I hate to say it, you know what? I maybe when this comes, it may be time to get like an Aries 533.
He's gonna get the square chip.
Now,
I'll crop it rectangle. I'll just take.
If Sony could come out with a equivalent to that 492 sensor,
Yep.
that 492 mono sensor,
Yep.
with no amp glow,
Yep.
and I don't have to fight flats, man,
Yeah.
I'd buy one in a heartbeat.
I'd buy one in a heartbeat.
The versatility of that mono 492 sensor was so awesome.
Yes. That's who I tell you, I had some great results with that 294 mono, which has that chip you were talking about, but the narrowband flats drove me nuts.
All the flats were just
nuts. But those narrowband ones just drove me crazy.
Oh yeah, you had like Rorschach tests in yours.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? That's funny, Eric. It was the broadband flats that drove me nuts. The narrowband weren't affected as much.
Oh man, those HA and 03 flats were just killing me.
Yeah.
But they calibrated out. I'm not gonna say they didn't calibrate out, because they did. They calibrated everything out.
You had to get them just right.
Yep.
If you didn't get them just right,
and it was just drove me nuts.
Amanda said we should invent one. So
sure,
that's a little beyond, I think, us. I mean, Dave could make a car, Eric could make a computer, Sean could make a lightsaber, and I could just, you know.
You can market it.
Yeah, I'll put it on the website. You know, so there you go. So, but you know, and listen, Tarek mentioned the APS-H sensor. I had an APS-H sensor. It was a little annoying to me. It's kind of like almost as annoying as kilometers to miles per hour. You know, it's kind of like one of those things where, you know, Fahrenheit to Celsius.
Between an H and a C?
The APS-H is about 25%. I might be wrong. About 25% bigger than the APS-C.
Okay.
And about not quite as big as a full frame. It's like in the middle.
What's the five? Oh, APS-C is what the 571 is.
571. So it's bigger than the 571, but smaller than the full frame.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I have one. I had the CCD version with the I had Ron's APS-H, the QHY 16200A, and great camera. It was awesome. It was great, but you know what? It was dreadfully. I mean, it took me like 20 seconds per frame to download it. It was just, yeah, it was dreadful, and I just got rid of it really quick. I think it was I had it for about a year. And then I was like, I'm getting that, and that's what pushed me over the edge to get CMOS. And I went to CMOS from there. No, they're great cameras.
They're making some good ones now.
Well, yeah, I mean they're good. They're good. 2600 or equivalent, man. Get the Poseidon. It's a 571. It's the same thing.
I like my
Altair, the 26. Yeah, absolutely. That's great. The Ogma 26 is the same thing. You know, a little different in the firmware, but
yeah. Real quick, just want to let everybody know.
See you in August.
Yep. Want to remind everybody that the polls are open for this week's Image of the Week. So don't forget to go to our website, astroworldweb.com/IOTW. And I am going to share our images. That's not it.
If I even look, did I look at them this week?
So
probably not.
Oh, I did not. Whoa.
And here we are. So you just don't forget, everybody, go to the Image of the Week contest page on astroworldweb.com. And as you can see here, again, congratulations to Joe. to Joseph Sardina for his image of the Trifid Nebula that won last week. And we have the poll open, and this week we have 3 entries. We have the Horsehead Nebula by Josh Kovac. We have M16 by Jim Pakatselis.
Yep. He's from Long Island.
And we have the Lion Nebula from Jason Pellegrini.
There we go.
So, all these, all are narrow band images. So, these are our narrow band images. So far, we've got 7 votes that have already been entered.
7.
So yeah, so far
8. I just voted.
8 now? You just voted?
Yeah.
There you go. So 8. All right. So don't forget, definitely tell everyone about the website. Share the news. Have your friends, family, fellow astronomers, and natural photographers go to the website astroworldweb.com/IOTW and vote for your favorite of one of these 3, and then they can move on to our image of the month contest for a chance to win up to their share of up to, I think it's a $300 gift certificate from AstroWorld telescopes. So go out there and vote.
Nice,
Awesome.
nice. I gotta go vote too. I may as well go.
All right.
Image of
so we talked quite a bit. We talked about the SetiAstro scripts. I shared my little bits here and there. Everybody else is sharing their bit, their little bit of information. Hey, Norm.
Hello, Newman.
Yep. Yep. Are you guys, any of you guys imaging tonight? Because right now it looks like I've got some clear skies, so I'm gonna get back to work on my Crescent Nebula that I haven't had a chance to touch in like about a week or so.
Nice.
Because we've had a lot of rain.
Oh,
it's gonna rain.
We're having it right now. So if I uncovered my scope, it'd be not a light bucket, but a water bucket.
There you go.
It's undercover.
There you go.
There it is.
Plus, I'm testing a mount for Dan, and
yep.
I'm hoping I can get some clear skies where I can, at least play with it and see how it's
I sent Dave
before I get mine.
I sent Dave the WD-20 that customer had a problem with, and see if you can play around with it while he's getting one. So
okay.
So yeah, I was telling him I had it up the other night. It wasn't good skies, but it wasn't going to rain, so I got it set up. First, I had to make it fit my EQ6 tripod, which actually turned out to be a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I have the extension pier, so basically took the top off that extension pier, and obviously on the WD-20 it has a 3/8 by 16 center bolt, but then it has 3 6mm spots around the outside of that. And on that extension pier top, there are 3 holes that are like already you can see where you could drill. And I just drilled through it, put holes in those spots in that part. And sure enough, they lined up with that. So, and basically all I had to do was put the 3/8 center bolt, line the one up, and put a 6mm Allen in that so that it's stable. Put that back on the pier, on the pier extension.
Nice.
So it's good.
Nice.
So I got it set up and I got everything up, put the scope on it. Like I said, it was kind of cloudy and everything, so I wasn't even going to be able to try to see how guiding or anything was like that. But I figured, well, let me see if it's going to do a meridian flip. So I got everything set up. Everything in my Nina is pretty much set to where it normally would be. And I found a target, slew to a target that was close to the meridian, like 10, 15 minutes out from the meridian, and let it go. And it went and went and went and went and went, and it did not flip. And I go, God damn it. So, and if I went out there with the remote, I could hit meridian flip now and it would flip. But, you know, ideally I want Nina.
Yeah, it's got to be something in the setting, because I know that it works. But
so the one thing I was saying is telling Dan is when I was watching it, I noticed that, you know, when you're watching your telescope and watching it as it's tracking, the deck and the RA weren't, those numbers didn't move, never moved. But the alt and the as were moving. And I'm
Okay.
like, well, why are those moving and not deck and RA? I don't have it in alt as mode. I have it in German equatorial mode. But for some reason, and I got on their forum today or the other day, and I asked around, and somebody said that you have to have the tracking set to normal. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure I have it set at sidereal.
But that might be an on-step thing.
They're both set. Everything in the mount with the remote, I have it set at sidereal. On step, I have it sidereal, and on Nina, I have it set at sidereal. So I have to go in it with the remote, I think, and go to tracking and see if it says normal, I'll hit normal and see
how that
makes
works.
A difference.
I could always get in touch with Frank over at Warp Astron and find out also as well. I'll send him.
Yeah, I don't know who it was that answered my question from them today. Let me see who that was. It was gotta scroll. Oh, here it is. It just says technical, so I don't know who that was. It says if the RA deck coordinates not changing, it means that you're on normal tracking. So I have to check that. So
yeah,
I have to see.
It's a new product for the most part. I mean, there's less than 100 out there.
Right.
So I mean, there's going to be the learning curves, and there's going to be the bumps in the road, and there's going to be stuff going on. But the overall response with this mount so far, to me, has been generally positive. So with the exception of one person that bought it, and
Which
again, I don't.
Check.
What's that?
Which we're going to check.
Yeah, which we're checking, but I mean, all the other ones are out there working well, and it's been a great experience. The guys over at Warp Astron are very receptive, so that's very, very good.
I'll tell you what, you talk about quiet. This thing slews, you can't even hear it. It's so freaking quiet.
All right, so I gotta say something right now, because Amanda, this isn't a car talk radio host with less humor. You're just catching us. Let me tell you something. We got plenty of humor here. I mean, we're in a deep discussion here about, like, normally, we love to have fun here. So I mean, I just I'm usually the jerk that kind of like throws us totally off the rails and gets the things going. We really do have a good time doing this.
Jeez.
And, what's that?
Shut up, Amanda.
No, stop. She's new. Stop. It's all good. It's all good. We love to have fun. We make fun of ourselves. We do stuff. And, we like to drink our wine on the show. And as it gets later, the more fun it gets. So, it's really, really, it's really a fun conversation most of the time, where we like to talk about certain things, mostly about astrophotography. This is a new product that we're trying to talk about a little bit, so maybe a little bit serious, because it is a new product, and it's something that's got a lot of hype out there. Queve put out a great video for it. And there's a lot of good hype about it. So I mean, it's this little thing about this big that could carry something that's about 45 pounds. You know, carry what, a 6-year-old on it. You know,
Yeah.
so,
Without a counterweight.
without a counterweight. So
Yeah.
the product is a mount, and what a mount is basically, it's not the tripod, it's the piece of equipment that you put your telescope on so you can point things at the stars. So I don't have one here, but you know, you basically, you got the tripod and you got the thing on top, and that's the head. That's the mount. That's what we're talking about. And you could slide telescopes just like this guy, Eric, right? Just like this guy.
Shut up.
And you know, this is you know, one of the things that you can kind of do when you put the telescope, and it tracks. So it goes, as long as you have it set up right, it will track the stars for you. So you know the Earth spins, right? The Earth spins pretty fast, you know, it goes, you know, round and around. And what happens is that's what makes the stars move. So if your telescope is not moving at the same rate and the same angle as those stars, the stars are going to streak. And
Yeah.
what you don't want that in your pictures, because what we're doing when we're taking astrophotography is that we are taking pictures with long exposures, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 10 minutes or more,
15 minutes, some
you know,
people,
you know, or more.
Mhm.
And we're sitting there, we're leaving the shutter open. So it's, everything's got to stay perfectly still in order for you to get those nice pinpoint stars like Eric has behind
in
him,
his background. Yeah.
right? So the reason why Eric, how many minutes how many minute subs was that behind you about?
Usually about, I bet this was about 5 minutes.
So for 5 minutes he had the shutter open while the telescope tracked and kept those stars perfectly steady so he could get those pinpoint stars. So that's what the mount can do for you, as long as you have it set up right. So
Yeah. So here, that's for those if you're just curious here, Amanda. This is, if you can see my screen here. This is the mount.
oh, you got a picture?
That's
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
Whenever you want to share it.
Share it. Yeah, let me share it here. There you go.
Okay, so let me make you a little bit bigger here. Where are you? There you
Make
are.
Leon larger.
Here.
So,
Yeah, make me out. Yeah, larger. So
is it still daytime by
here-
you?
Yeah, man. It's
Oh,
still
jeez.
good.
9:30.
So here is, this is the mount. This is the mount that we're all talking about. And of course, in your telescope, an optic sit on top of your mount, and it is balanced using counterweights that counterbalance the actual mount. And this mount tracks. It's what we call slews or moves. We call it slewing. It moves to a target in the night sky, and and then the mount begins to track using software and optics that we call auto guiding. We select a star that is near that target, and we follow and we guide our mount and optics here, our telescope, with that onto that star to keep everything in line, so we can take those long exposure, say 5 minute, 10 minute photos, and then once those photos are complete overnight or over a series of nights, then we use software to then begin to stack all of those photos on top of one another to build a better image. And then we do other processing to remove noise and add color, things like that, to end up getting the photos that you may see, others take, or you say the Hubble telescope, or even the ones that you may see behind my screen here. And yeah, that's kind of in a nutshell how we do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And just so we're clear, right? Let me get this back. Just so we're clear, what you saw in Eric's picture was a mount from a company called Dioptron, and he had a really nice scope on there, but it wasn't as big as this. His was an 8. you know, so I mean, this is bigger than him. So you know,
Yeah,
just so everybody
yeah.
knows, you know, but
Shut up.
but just so you know, Amanda, just so you know what we're talking about here, just so let's see if I could do this really quick. So this is what we're talking about here. This is the newer model. This is the 17, not the 20. This is a
That's the
smaller
baby.
version. This is a smaller version of it. I think it carries 30 pounds without a counterweight, if I remember right.
I think that's right.
The bigger brother
Yeah,
carries
sounds about
44
right.
pounds
Yeah.
without a counterweight. So I could take that telescope that Eric has on here. I mean, I wouldn't put this one on there. Might be able to with nothing, but I could take Eric's scope, the 8-inch, and put that on there with no counterweight on there. Pretty close to
Yeah.
it. So and this is what the Red Cat is. Well, this is the Space Cat. Actually, they made it silver to make it look good with a player one
Yeah.
camera and the guide. This is the guide scope up here. But that's what tracks the stars.
Yeah, and man, you were saying that is heavy, lots of glass. That actually is kind of lightweight because it doesn't use glass; it actually uses mirrors. So you know, so with that one, it's maybe one small piece of glass, or we call it in the front, but it's primarily just mirrors, which keeps the weight down. So, like my telescope probably weighs, with everything, about 30 pounds. Dan's, you know, he was just showing you without all of my gear, you know, that's onto it, probably already weighs, that alone probably weighs close to 30 pounds, maybe a little bit less.
No, yeah, it's a little less, but I mean, you know, you're not for nothing. It's. I'm just using that C9 1/4 to just stretch out the back. It's not helping me any, but I mean, just trying to stretch it out a little bit. So
Yeah, no, you're right, man. Yeah, it is glass. You know, of course, the mirrors are made of glass. No, I get it, but it's
yeah,
not but it's, you know,
but it's not multiple pieces of glass. It's one
multiple
mirror.
pieces of glass.
Yeah. So
You know, exactly.
you know, we
No,
have
I get it.
telescopes out there that are made with glass lenses that
Yeah.
are 6 elements in there, and
Yeah.
you know, so and they tend to get rather heavy than your mirror counterpart. It's a lot lighter in the mirror. Can you video us a YouTube of that?
She's messing around with it. He's messing around with it, dude.
Look up stellafane.com and they will show you how to make a mirror yourself. They will
John's
do
just
that.
having fun because Amanda's just screwing around with it.
I know, and we're getting sucked into it. It's fine. It's all good. But you know, it'll show the glossing, the grinding, everything you want to see. That you know, just it'll you know by the time you're done with stellafane.com, you'll know how to make a mirror. So you can make your own.
Be careful looking into it, though.
Oh, and Sean's just like, yeah, I know. Yeah.
So
right.
here, let me share my screen real quick here, and
you know, before you do that, I think it's time, just because of Amanda. I think it's time for the return of the shirt.
The shirt.
I'm gonna bring it back. And I had a shirt, and it said, "Sometimes it's not about the length with a refractor on it; it's about the girth with the CT on the bottom." So I think I'm gonna make another one, and I'll do it. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's funny. So Sean, this is only a couple hours right here on that carbon star.
Oh, the new one. No, it's looking.
It's about 5 hours.
That's great.
Not
it's coming together
shabby.
nice.
Yeah, it's only 5 hours
So,
at f4.
Yeah, and this is before I think I put the mask on the primary mirror, so you can see, you know, the little tails coming out of that star.
Yeah, the extra diffractions.
But I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, you can see the bow shock there, and looks like there's one here too.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's only like 5 hours, and then that's all I've been able to get because
The weather sucks. So
the weather is terrible.
So I think probably in August when I go and visit Sean and Ron, I purchased an acoustic bass guitar. So I think, let us know what you want to hear on Astro Jam with Dan and Sean, because we'll do a song for you. We'll do a poll on what song you want to hear, and we'll try and learn it and not screw it up too bad. So, something in the 80s, 90s, 2000s rock, not this other hippie stuff that I've been listening to. I
Good
can't.
one,
I can't.
Fredo. Have a good one.
I'm not doing no mamas and the papas stuff, so I'm not doing that. So
Hey, Jackie was asking, what
It
does
blocks
that,
the
what does
three
mask-
clips, Jackie. It blocks the 3 clips on a Newtonian. The primary mirror has 3 clips that hold it in place, and a lot of times, so it's like literally like a rubber shoe, and then there's metal clips that they're
Yep.
screwed in to hold the mirror in place. So, but when that light goes in and reflects back into your secondary and into your sensor, you can get some weird diffraction spikes from those 3 little clips.
because they're technically really denting the surface of the mirror and blocking
Well,
they're blocking the light from coming up.
correct. So
and-
if you put something like this on, and obviously you paint it as flat black as you can get it, you put that on there. Now, granted, it reduces the size of the mirror ever so slightly, but not
Yeah,
enough
that's
to
what
make
Chuck
a
was
difference.
asking.
But it gets rid of those 3 points in that the light's reflecting off of that might induce some kind of crazy,
Yep.
diffraction spike or something like that.
Now, how is it fitted on to the back of is it fitted onto the back of the primary mirror, or is it just by just the size of the mask that it just snugly fits within?
Well, you take
It's
the
right over
screws
top.
out, right? You take the screws out,
Yeah,
and you put them right
so
through.
you pull the rear cell out, and the mirror sits in the rear cell, and you have the 3 clips that hold the mirror in place. You basically take those clips out, you discard the metal part that would normally be on top of the rubber grommets that hold the mirror,
Right.
and you just put this
In
over
place.
top. Yeah, I don't know if you
Okay.
can see. There's like little holes
Yeah.
at
Okay.
each point. Yeah, where
Gotcha.
those grommets are.
And instead
And
of those
you
pieces,
take the metal clips and you take them out, and you place this over top. You put the screws through this, and you snug them down. And when I say snug them down, you don't even tighten them, because when I put mine on, it was like I literally hand snugged them by hand. I didn't torque them. I didn't tighten them. I just by hand. And went, okay, that's snug. That's snug. That's snug.
Yeah.
I put the thing back on the thing. I started taking pictures. My stars were triangles. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm looking, and it was like, oh, you pinched optics. I'm like, pinch optics? I barely even snugged those. So I took it back off and literally loosened them up enough to where the mirror could still rotate. But because the rubber grommets and everything, it's not falling out or anything like that.
Right.
But and put it back in, stars were perfect and round. And I was like,
Here you go.
oh my God, it's hard to believe that just that little bit of pressure on that mirror will pinch the optics
there you
that
go.
much. It's hard to believe.
Wow. It's getting
That'd
close to
be
that
it.
time, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. So
So Amanda May, I hope you had a good time tonight. So
yeah, hanging out with us. Yep, exactly.
no COVID talk.
No,
we got somebody in there. It might be a spammer. Not sure yet.
we don't call it COVID. We call it the Chinese Red Death.
Oh, jeez. Here we go. Now it's time to call it.
All right. Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Amanda, we're not going there. So we're not going there. This is
No, we're not.
this is sci-fi
No.
and astronomy. This is what we do. You see, Sean's got Darth Vader right behind him. I mean, how do you not
I
know?
know. Don't
know,
make him pull out his lightsaber.
I don't understand why the lightsaber's just blue now. I'm missing the colors. You know,
The reason that it's blue is blue actually looks better on video on the camera. than the red does. Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
I
the
don't
red-
remember
it
Darth
should-
Vader having
technically
a
it should
blue
be red, but
lightsaber.
It doesn't look very good.
No, Darth Vader never had a blue lightsaber ever.
No, I know, but it just the blue looks
No,
better
that's
for some
not
reason.
true. That
Red
is
doesn't
not
look-
true. Yes, he did.
Anakin
No, he did not.
but
Anakin
Darth
did.
Vader.
No.
He was renamed. He was already named Vader when he fought Obi-Wan the first time. He was already named Vader by Sidious.
Oh, that's true. He did not. You're
Yeah,
right. You
but
are
Sidious,
right.
but Sidious is a lion sack of crap, and you know, Sidious always wanted things his own way. So I don't believe anything that Sidious says.
But
Darth Vader wasn't Vader until he said, "I hate you," and then that's when he was Vader. And then he got the new legs, and
and
Hey, even then, he still had the blue saber.
and he bled the crystals to make them red.
yep, the Kyber crystals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I started watching The Acolyte. I started watching that. So
And how
You know what? I don't care what anybody says. With all the diversity, woke, this, that, and the other. I'm in it for the story. The story's
Me too.
not bad. It's not
just
bad.
But you
the
know,
science is
but you
not-
know what
And you
annoys
know
the
what?
crap out of me though, Eric, and I know you're a big
It's the
Star
New
Wars fan.
Republic. You know what? And this is the New Republic, so
I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. I'm fine with that. I like the stories. I've read all the books from Dawn of the Jedi, which is like 10,000 years before Star Wars. Nobody even thought about it.
Yeah.
All the way up to the way past Return of the Jedi, way past the Dark Fleet Crisis, way past all. I did all that stuff. I read them all. Okay, so I like those stories. But you know what annoys the crap out of me about Star Wars? You know what really annoys the crap out of me?
That it's not Star Trek.
No. I'm believe it or not, and I shouldn't be because I know it's like it's like bad voodoo. Being a fan of both. But how the hell, out of any character in the entire Star Wars, how the
Can you get Jar Jar Binks?
No, forget about Jar Jar Binks. I'm not even talking about it. I didn't even think about that. He's a fart in the wind. That guy. That's not. So, how the hell did Andor get a second season? It was horrible.
You know what?
It was horrible.
You thought Andor was bad?
I thought it was
I
horrible.
thought Andor was great.
I'll put it
I thought
right
it was
next to
great.
Solo. I'll put it right
Really?
next to Solo.
I
Solo
thought Andor
sucked.
was great.
Solo was horrible.
Solo, I hated Solo. But you didn't like Andor?
I didn't like it. I hated it.
Wow.
Oh, I liked it.
I hated it.
I liked
You know what? I didn't care about Andor and Rogue One. I cared
Rogue
about
One
him.
was one of the best movies.
No, that's not what I said.
Rogue
That's not.
One.
Whoa, hold on a second. That's not what I said. I said I didn't care about Andor and Rogue One. And if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, me and Eric had the same 1 and 2 in the Star Wars movies, which was Rogue One and Empire. So Rogue One was one of the best Star Wars movies out there, as far as I'm concerned. Now, that being said, Andor was a piece of garbage. I hated him. I hated his character. He did nothing for me. It's kind of like Liv Tyler in Armageddon. I mean, what the hell was she there for? She did nothing. She did nothing. She cried.
It was just because her dad was singing all the songs.
That's all it was. It was just so they could have her hands on the screen when Bruce Willis kills himself. I mean, she did nothing. It was horrible. Horrible.
What do you think about the Mandalorian?
Oh my god!
I love it.
So you like the Mandalorian?
Love the Mandalorian. See, I love them.
So I thought Andor is better than Mandalorian.
Really?
Yeah, because it's
That's now.
I thought the book of Boba Fett was better than Andor.
No, I thought for me, if I had to go through them, it would be Mandalorian, then maybe Ahsoka,
I like the Ahsoka.
then Andor, then the Book of Boba. And right now, Acolyte is, is coming in toward.
I only saw the first 2 episodes of that, so I'm not even there yet. So with the Acolyte, I'm watching Ghosts and Royal Pains right now, so I'm kind of like watching a lot of garbage that I probably don't need to watch.
Gotcha.
But Sean, what do you think?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not even paying attention.
Hey, Sean, just so you know, a dinosaur came to my house and just smashed my whole apartment, and all my inventory just got totally destroyed. And you know what? I'm not really here. It's just a ghost of myself. Remember I said I was watching Ghosts? The ghost is me.
Yeah,
so,
this is not a Force ghost with all the funny little, metachlorians floating around him and all that stuff.
Metachlorians. What a... Dude, retcon everything except for the first 3 movies. Retcon them all because they sucked. They sucked. Yeah, they're horrible. You know what the funniest thing? Broom Boy. Broom Boy was the funniest thing. That's what people remember. Broom Boy. It's like what's his name? It's like what's his name from The Price is Right? The guy was on Price is Right for 150 years, right? What was his name? What was his name?
Bob
Barker. Bob Barker. On Price is Right from when he was 20 years old to when he died, right? For like 70 freaking years. And you know what they're gonna remember him for? The Price is Wrong, bitch. And that's what they're gonna remember him for. It's these things that are so stupid. I hate stupidity. I hate it. Oh God, no, please. Don't make me put my Jar Jar Nebula up.
Don't. God. No, the Jar Jar horse head Nebula.
Jar Jar horse. Let's see.
Oh God.
Where is it?
Woo! Alrighty then.
There you go.
Hey, Lady Loki's in the house.
There you go. There's the Jar Jar horse head for you. I like to have fun. There you go.
Misa take that on attack.
It's so blingy and brighty. Oh God. Anyway, it's that time. It's time to go.
Yep, it's so been that time, bro.
And Sean, it's been a year, so I still have it.
There you go.
It's right. It's right and always right on my desk, right there.
Nice. That's awesome.
Sorry, Sean. You still don't have Stanley Cup this year.
Like,
yeah, you butchered that.
She was out, but we pulled her back in.
I'm telling you. I know Sean gave me a big bottle of syrup, but I still haven't. It's a year old. I still haven't finished it.
What? Get out of here.
I don't eat a lot of breakfast at home. I use it whenever I have pancakes. But
you don't need to. You don't need to. You drink that shit straight.
Oh no, shit, no. That's like those damn ketchup fucking potato chips. Those things are nasty. And those, I'm sorry, those maple cookies were disgusting. That was like the worst thing ever. And you could take your whatever what is that? What is that stuff that you put on French fries? What do you call that stuff? Stuff.
Malt vinegar.
No. What do you call that? It's like mashed. What do you call that stuff? It's like grits in the South, but it's up north. It's like what do you call that garbage that you eat?
You put them on French fries?
Poutine.
You mean
no.
Putinani. The Putinani. That's nasty.
Who doesn't like poutine?
I don't like grits either.
I've never even heard of poutine until right now.
What the hell is poutine? Dude, don't even worry about it.
You don't want to know.
You know, when I hear poutine, I hear pootie tang.
I said Putin nanny. I just can't. I can't. I can't
That
with
might
that
be
stuff.
good on French fries, but
Oh,
I don't know about poutine.
Although I gotta say we can make fun of stuff in Canada. They make fun. There's a guy in Canada that makes fun of stuff in New York all the time, and about U.S. and you know why is there a space in our bathroom stalls so we could look in it? You know, stuff like that. You know, so I'm like
Hey there, Bobby. How you doing? Hey, John. How's it going?
keep your foot on your side.
So if you have to rush in there, you realize there's no toilet paper. The guy next to you can just slide.
No. Anyway, but you know what? Let me tell you, the week that I spent in Canada was what a great country. I mean, it's beautiful up there, man. It was so much fun, and
everybody's so nice.
You know, even though it's like and it's not like the fake nice that you get in like Georgia. It's dude, they're fake. Stop it. I lived there for 2 years.
Bless
They're all
your
fake.
heart.
Dude, they are all fake.
Oh yeah, Southern hospitality.
Let me tell you, I no problem. Yeah, everybody's coming to your house, Sean. But I was not. I love Savannah, and Savannah's a great town. But every time that I left, because my accent is really New Yorker, I'm like the quintessential New York accent. That's what I have.
Yeah.
And
speaking of Savannah, by the way, saw the Savannah Bananas last Saturday.
Oh yeah, you were saying.
So yeah.
Oh my God.
They've only been around for 5 years.
Now I've had the time of my life.
Dude, let me tell you.
That was a great fucking video, man.
It was one of the funnest things I ever saw in my life. These guys, they bust their butt to entertain everybody there.
That's awesome.
Was hysterical. It was such a good time. If they come to your town, I recommend going to check them out.
The Savannah Bananas.
Awesome freaking video.
All right, everybody. Final thoughts. That's it. I'm calling it.
Yeah. Hey, it was a fun show. Sean, thanks, man. Hey, how's your processing going there, buddy?
Sean's busy at work, man. He is like the quiet. Let me tell you something. Sean has a title on AstroWorld still to this day. This was about 3 years ago. Sean still holds the record for the longest AstroWorld show ever at 3 hours and 14 minutes. So it was just one of those things that never ended. It wasn't
Sean
a bad thing.
has that record. It wasn't Wayne Parker.
No, Wayne. No.
On,
See, Wayne. I love Wayne.
Stop.
Wayne won't stop.
Wayne will just keep going.
Oh, he did that. If you're out there, Wayne, so you know what I'm talking about. Astropalooza, man. It was just like Sean's like, yeah, I'll give you my time, no problem. It's like, oh yeah. Wayne is a pisser. He is such a great guy.
So funny.
Wayne is awesome.
Yeah.
Wayne is awesome. But thanks everybody for hanging out with us, and hopefully you got a little bit out of the beginning of the show,
and got nothing out of the end of the show. And I'm gonna blame it all on Amanda May. I'm blaming it all on Amanda.
You know what? If we want to make this really educational, we should have just had Sean share his screen while he was doing his processing.
And then we could talk garbage the whole time while Sean's processing.
Exactly. We can talk all kinds of shit. We talk all kinds of shit while Sean's processing. Doing all kinds of crazy critiques.
That's funny.
Oh man. But no, thanks everybody. Do not forget to go vote at astroworldweb.com/IOTW. We got 3 great narrowband images out there. And so get out there, vote, let your family know, let your friends know, fellow astronomers and astrophotographers, let them all know. And thank you guys for your continued support. We really appreciate it. And have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you guys Friday night.
Yeah. All right. Sean, you got anything? Anything at all?
I got nothing.
I didn't think you did. Okay, Dave.
Yeah, great show, fun times. Sean, thanks for joining us. It's great to have your beautiful face on the screen with us. Hopefully your processing is going well, and hopefully you're getting some clear skies up north. We're not getting any down here. But thanks everybody for showing up. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you vote for Picture of the Week, and we'll see you all Friday.
Cool. And John, it's always a pleasure to have you on. Even you said completely almost nothing.
That's the beauty of it. All I have to do is sit here.
No, it's always a great time for when you're on with us. It's always nice to come on.
You'll do it Fridays.
Oh yeah, we still do.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good for the beginnings and the endings, and that's in between.
No, back on Friday.
Sean,
yeah,
you're opening yourself up there, Sean. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. You're really leaving the door open there. But anyway, everybody, listen. Great show. I mean, I hope again, the last half hour of it is just really us blowing off steam and hanging out and whatever. But it's we usually do have a lot of good topics and stuff. Next week, I was thinking about what was it? Noise reduction? I think.
Yeah, you're talking about noise reduction.
Yeah, noise reduction next week. We'll talk a little bit about how to get rid of that crap in your pictures you don't want. So we'll talk about that a little bit. There's a couple different ways, other than noise exterminator. There are other ways to do it as well. Remember, we were talking about it before with the gradient that Sean was showing us. There are more than one way to skin a cat. So I don't know whoever thought of that. Who skins cats anyway? But there's more
medieval saying.
Yes, I know. Yeah, just like the witches of Eastwick and all that kind of stuff. So
bring out your dead.
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
That. Who said that? And what was the movie?
That was Search for the Holy Grail.
Holy Grail.
I don't know who the actor was.
That's not what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in The Stand.
Really?
Oh, wow. Man.
Bring out your dead. That's what he was saying. It was all a joke. It was coming back from Holy Grail.
Search for the Holy Grail.
But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from The Stand in like 1992. It was anyway.
Oh, wow.
There you go. So, but anyway, piece of useless information from me. Like I do that quite a lot. But everybody have a great night. Thanks for hanging in there and chilling out with us for the last half hour. I know it was kind of dreadful, and then we dropped from 30 watchers to about 17 in about 20 minutes. But hey,
15 minutes.
Promise you a more productive show on Friday night. We'll talk about noise reduction and Pix Insight. And thanks, everybody. Amanda, thanks for getting us off the rails. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys Friday night at 8 o'clock. All right? Have a good night, everybody. Take care.
And as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies.
Clear skies.
See you next time.